Hello, welcome to the final hot lap of this KRL drive swap. Been a successful series, been good fun, so maybe in the future we can do this again. But here we are at Donington in the McLaren. Let's get it. So make sure you maximise that front straight. Exit of the last corner needs to be crucial. We're going to use the pit lane here for the braking zone. Trail brake into it and then pick up the throttle nice and early. Careful that exit curve again. Quite slippery the exit curve around here with this sector turn. Keep it nice and clean through here and get to the far left of the track as you can. And then brakes, turn in nice and early. Try and pick up that action over on the inside. A little bit wide there, but that's not too bad. The earlier you can get on the inside there, the earlier you can get on the throttle. So here we go, up to these corners here. Leave it in fourth, trail brake, and then pick up the throttle nice and early. Watch the inside curve and watch that outside curve. Again, action curve very slippery. I leave it in third on the limiter, just helps get me turned into that corner, keep it nice and tight, and you should be able to get on the throttle nice and early. You do have to be careful, wheel spin a little bit there, but not too bad then. Here we go up to the chicane, so make sure you cut as much as you can on the inside, because if you don't, you're going to do this, and you're going to hit that second curve really hard, big step of oversteer on that curve. You're going to try and be a bit more to the left of the track there. On the brake border there, turn in, trail brake, keep it really, really tight and pick up the throttle nice and early. These GT3 cars love the traction control system around here. And into the last corner, you want to try and brake for the Pirelli sign and try and late apex it. I've turned a bit too early there, you want to be late apexing there and pick up the throttle nice and early. And that is a 1:27.0. So expect pole to be around that. Firstly, I just want to say thank you to Trev and Bob for their commentary this season. And yeah, hope you all enjoyed tonight's race. It's going to be nice, going to be some overtakes, unlike last week. So it should be fun. Take care.
Welcome to the Goodbyers YouTube channel, the home of motorsport. More than a race.
Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you're watching right around the world. And hopefully wherever you're watching right around the world, you haven't felt the earth move under your feet. But we are back for Tier 2, Round 3, Tier 2, Take 2. We had connection issues last week, which saw us skip last week's race here at Donington Park, and a magnitude 6 earthquake could not stop us this week as we are straight into qualifying sprint format here tonight. So 2 7-minute qualifying sessions followed by 2 20-minute races as I welcome my co-commentators once again, shaken but not stirred, Jason Wilkinson and Vudu, the Nigerian prince. Good evening to you, Wilco, first of all.
Yes, hello everyone. We're, as Trev said 100 times today, shaken up, but we should be right here. We're definitely a long way from the epicenter in Mansfield, Victoria, as we're here at Donington tonight. So we quickly took a private jet out, and here we are for a sprint race, the Tier 2, who missed out last week. The Tier 1 boys did race. We'll get those results up on the screen later, but yeah, Tier 2 tonight, got a few GD3 boys from Tier 1 jumping in, so Matterford, Albert and John, they will be not doing qualifying and starting at the back, so that could give us a little bit of action if the race is a bit dull, having then come back through the field. But other than that, we might go to the championship boards there, Trev. I think we've got GRT on top.
We certainly do. Beautiful segue there. Thank you for that, Wilco. It is GRT on 41 points ahead of Kilroy on 38, 32 for Branchy, 22 for Aussie Thunder. 1 point behind him is Matterford. Good Vibes on 18, 17 for Static. Mac on 7, Butler on 4. Binger Rick Oztech yet to get off the mark as we take a quick look, of course, round 3 tonight here at Donington Park. We're a bit all over the place with our season break, of course, given our connection issues last week. But we might also, why not, Wilco? We'll quickly go through these Tier 1 results on your screen there. Cutting edge technology, this. You can see them up there on your screen, but there you have it, Barters and Albert. Winners there for Tier 1, which could not be streamed.
Fact.
Yep, far away.
Yeah, fun fact, that was Barter's first KRL win. So he's on the winners board, the monkey is off his back, and that was in race 2. So Albert won race 1 with Barters and Righty, and then race 2 was Barters, Matterford and Righty. So Righty getting a double podium, which was his first podiums of the season 2. But yeah, so that's good for Barters now, so I expect him to win a lot more races now. But of course, Albert is going to say no. I was going to say something in Spanish, but I realised, Trev, I don't speak Spanish.
No, either do I. I do at night time, but not during the day. As Josh Lewis says, hoping to see Mac climb the ranks tonight. The chat is going off. 4 comments. That is going off, of course. John Shepherd says, get the dogs, beer emoji. Cheers to you. Anyone with Shepherd or Shep in their name likes a beer, and John is no exception. Dazzler says, hey guys. Dazzler, it is great to have you back with us. And Albert, good evening, gentlemen and Wilco. What a crazy day it was in Melbourne. Great to have you with us, Wilco, as Branchy knocks off something there on the side of the track. He's back in the pit lane. And Nemo has joined us. Hey, boys, let us know if you felt the quake over there in New Zealand. He said, just here to leave my phone on while I sleep. He knows I'm a little bit of a whore for the watch hours, Wilco.
Yes, and we've been chasing those watch hours for 3 years now, Trev, so I don't think it's going to make too much of a difference.
Oh no, just won't, just got to be careful with these jokes tonight. I can't repeat myself, but there we have it. Just keep the phone going over there, Nemo. It is getting late, 10 o'clock-ish. Maybe a little bit later than that, but my goodness, Wilco, where has this qualifying session gone? Only a bit over 2 minutes, and what have we got here? GRT, our championship leader, Wilco, with a 128.9, but as we've seen in the practice sessions before tonight, these boys can go much quicker than that.
Yeah, they can definitely get into the 27s. There has been a lot of rain around. Pretty sure it was race 1 and maybe even race 2. I might get Albert or John in the comments to just confirm that, but pretty sure both races last week for Tier 1 were wet. Or definitely one of them was. I saw footage from my good mate, Good Vibes, who is recently been my sniper spotter on a different game, Hull Let Loose, but that's a story for another day. Yes, Nemo, we did have an earthquake, not as big as you New Zealanders get, which I guess is quite lucky, but it was pretty full on, and I wouldn't mind seeing it happen again.
No, anything to get out of... Well, it is your week off too, Wilco, so you weren't at work, were you? So Anyway.
I wasn't, so I sent a few memes of Daniel Andrews calling in the earthquake, and I sent that to Big Shep, and he loved it.
Yep, it wasn't just Big Shep, was it, getting out of bed this morning that caused any of that? But Shep, if you're out there, we'd love to hear from you. As Voodoo, yes, plenty of love for Voodoo. How was the earthquake? Thank you, Nemo. My bad for the earthquake. Got out of bed on the wrong side. Won't happen again. Geez, Voodoo beat me to it. Not great with the jokes tonight. I might have to put them to bed as we've got less than a minute to go in this qualifying session. And look how close it is at the top. The boss in the Lamborghini, 0.051. So how close is that at the top there? Isuzu Brian, who's still yet refusing to have that first COVID shot. Not one of the 47% who has their shot. As Butler just says, you know what, I can go quicker.
Last lap too. This is going to be everyone's last lap starting now. So I think Rick is just going up to the last corner now. And yeah, he should get the last lap started. So first guy over the line, we might try and do this in order, Trev, is going to be, I think it is Mr. Branchy. Yes, it is. So Branchy in that Bentley. A few Bentleys here tonight. I know we are in the great land of the UK. We've got Bentleys, a couple of McLarens, so it's looking good. But yeah, Branchy's going to be, who was on top about 2 or 3 minutes ago. Now he's in 7th, so he's going to hope to improve by half a second. Look at that. Top 8 cars covered by just under 6/10. That's quite close, and it's only going to get closer here.
Nothing in it at all. We are watching Branchy, who is coming around the last corner. And like you said, one of three.
He's 3/10 up. He's going to jump up a bit here.
Let's have a look. He comes
P5.
across the line. P5 for Branchy. Who have we got? Yes, good night, Nemo.
Number 2, GRT. Here he comes. Is he up? I cannot see anymore, so we'll find out as he crosses the line.
We'll find out quick enough.
Oi!
There we go. Straight to the top. And J-Mads, good night, Nemo. Sweet dreams over there in the land of the long white cloud. And J-Mad says that's tight up top. Who have we got coming across the line?
Brian next. Brian is the next car.
No jabs for this man, but can he find 0.5 of a second? It's going to be tight. It's going to be very tight at the top. That's right, Matterford. As here comes Brian. Very circumspect, very careful there on entry. I can't see whether he's up on this lap, but we'll find out soon enough. Let's have a look. He goes
P3.
Up to 3rd.
Nice.
P3, Mac Miller has pulled off to the side of the track, which means that everybody is in the pit lane except for Rick. Here we go. Around the last corner, and Rick stays in.
He couldn't get the lap in. He must have got invalid on the last corner there. But yeah, it's quite close at the top there. What's that? 9/10 between the top 8. And you've got a few boys to go.
Just 1.8 separating first to 11th, and that is qualifying done. First qualifying Q1 done here tonight, and boy oh boy, we are in for a cracking race here tonight. Like we said, we're back this week. We had connection issues last week, but it is great to have everybody back, Wilco, and we are getting ready for race 1 here.
Yes, we are. So we might throw it a little commercial break, and we're back in about 2 and a bit minutes time.
Right back after this. Stay with us. Race 1 coming up right after this.
Welcome to the Kid Buyers YouTube channel. I'm a fan. YouTube channel, the home of motorsport.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. There we have GRT in P1, also P1 in the championship as we come around that famous, is that Butler going a bit wide there on the formation lap? He might just be...
Yeah, they'll be filing up in double file here.
There we go, that's right. Staying in their lane, of course, before the start of this race tonight. One of two 20-minute races, so after this, do not go anywhere because we've got qualifying 2 and race number 2. You can see Butler there getting ready to have a crack at GRT. And then it's the boss just behind him. So we've got down in 12th Kilroy, one of the championship contenders, but GRT is leading the championship and he starts in pole position for race 1 here tonight. Green.
Oh, he's got a drive-through.
Green, and a drive-through penalty for car number 2. And it is our championship leader, GRT. So this is going to be interesting. I'm not too sure. Did he just, did he overspeed? Did he go over the speed limit there or something, Wilco? I'm not too sure. But anyway, we're off the line. Away we go. GRT does lead despite that drive-through penalty. And he's going down the order. What's happening here, Wilco? The timing screens.
There you go. It should flick up now. It should be all good. But yeah, nice clean start. I'm just on board with Albert at the moment. He's looking all right. And yeah, clean start so far, which is good. So
clean start. Boys. And GRT. Now the question is, does he have to serve that penalty within
3 laps?
3 laps, yep. So
yep.
I guess he'll be thinking he's currently, he's got that clear track in front of him, so I guess he'll be hoping to maybe just pull a little bit of a gap, but still very disappointing for his race. And his other championship rival, of course, is down in 12th, so we might be there with him after he serves that drive-through penalty. But other than that, a clean start to race 1 here tonight. Brian in 3rd, the boss in that very nice yellow Lamborghini. Branchy in 5th was the other championship contender. Branchy now down the inside of somebody, the boss.
Oh, boss.
Nice.
And good racing.
Good racing, nice clean stuff, plenty of respect there. Leaving the space, of course, Static in 6th.
Oh,
and
Rick's around at the back.
And Rick's around at the back. I was about to say we have had a clean start. Rick, who didn't get that qualifying lap in before this race. Pit lane is open, and the question is GRT coming into the pits? No, he's not. He's continuing on, Wilco.
Yeah, so he's just going to have to just do it. I had a drive-through in the first race at Laguna Seca last season, and yeah, it's not the best thing, especially being only 20 minutes. So he's just going to hope for a bit of carnage through here, and who knows, it is a short pit lane, so he might come out maybe 15 seconds off Rick now, so that's not all over, but being top 8 gets points and that's it. That's a bit of a worry for him, but he did get 1 point for fast slapping quality for pole position.
And you can see him here already, like we said at the start of this race. He's trying to streak away at the front That gap is 1.2 seconds, so who knows? Like you said, it is a shorter pit lane here, Wilco. And with any luck, he might find a gap somewhere down the order. There's already 2 seconds between Albert and Matterford. Those guys in the GT3s, are they tonight, Wilco? Of course, down the back there. So they're in
this race. They can still win.
They can still win this
race. Is that Kilroy off in
race?
The background?
And Kilroy, is he off? Well, that's going to help. That's going to help GRT in the championship, of course. Yellow flags out there, so Kilroy back around now. And you mentioned Carnage.
He's almost a lap down, so I wonder what happened to him.
John is also there. He might be... Is he on the beers already? What happened to John there? So you said Carnage, Wilco, and that's 3. So Rick, Kilroy, John almost off again. And spending more time on the grass than on the track at the moment, but well, less than 17 minutes to go, and GRT, that gap at the front is less than a second now. So what is the tactic here from GRT? Is he just going to leave it as late as possible, Wilco, and just hope to find a gap further down the field here?
Well, he has to pit this lap, so this will be the 3rd lap now, so it says he has to pit right now, or he's going to get the big black flag, and yeah, Michael Massey will not be happy with him.
No, if only we could get access to that team radio for GRT. 16 minutes and 16 seconds remaining in race 1 here tonight. Just enough time to let that marinated chicken cook for you, Voodoo, before the end of race 1. But lap 2 here, it is GRT and Butler in the crowd strike Mercedes-Benz there. And is that a copy of the F1 livery? That looks very nice indeed, doesn't it? But there we have it, Brian. No vaccinations for this man, and why would you need them? He's only half a second off of Butler here in 3rd. The boss once again. So for the 2nd lap in succession, Wilco, he's fighting off a very racy-looking Branchy, who is looking very racy indeed. There, he's had a couple of cracks at him in that into that hairpin towards the end of the lap, but yet to be successful.
Oh,
and,
Butler, what's he doing?
And Butler. What happened there, Wilco? I didn't manage to see that one.
Yeah, so GRT was coming into the pits, and Butler, I don't know if he just got lost or he didn't really click. He's only new to this game. It's only his 2nd round here, and he almost went to follow GRT into the pits, but lucky at the last second he pulled out, but he did get on the grass and get all sorts of sideways. But yeah, so now it's Brian leading, but Butler, definitely the new kid on the block, he's definitely picking up the place. Of course, he was Big Donga, like we said last time out. Big Donga and I had a nice battle in the F1 2019, but that's ages ago, Trev. That's earthquakes before, and yeah, let's see what happens.
Yes, that's right, before the earthquakes. The boss there just taking a little bit too much curb. He might get a warning for that, but you can see that this man, Butler, is fairly new to this game. We said that last time around. He's got that red mark next to his name, which I think means he is one of the new boys here for KRL. Brian now with a 1.2 second lead. He's looking very nice, sitting pretty out front. Butler in 2nd. The boss is now up to 3rd. Branchy still putting pressure on him. Just can't quite manage to get that move done at the hairpin. But Static Hazard in 5th. Aussie Thunder 6th. My Bingaling in 7th. Good Vibes has got Albert for company in the Sky livery there. The Sky Hamilton livery now on that Ferrari, the number 92. He's looking good here, looking very nice indeed. And it's been a crazy day for Albert. We've had all kinds of earthquakes and other things happening, but he is all over the back of Good Vibes here. Can he make a move? Not quite. But then it's J-Mads rounding out your top 10. Mac and Cheese Miller in 11th. Rick Oztech, who's doing all sorts of funny things at the back, Wilco, but who knows, he might be in with a shot at points here. Kilroy has GRT for company, so who would have thought 2 championship contenders currently with 13 minutes to go in 13th and 14th, and guess what? Out of the points at the moment.
Yeah, they are. So they're sort of in a bit of no man's land here. So this is going to be Branchy, who's up on P4 right now. I might even ride on board with Branchy at the moment because he is all over the boss at the moment. So we could see a little move starting up here. But yeah, Branchy looking good. Got the boss in front, so Branchy's going to take a lot of points off the leaders here if he can stay in this position.
Let's have a look at Branchy. We're riding on board with Branchy, who, like we said, all over the back of Rick Oztech. What am I talking about here? Yellow flags out, It's the Boss, I beg your pardon, and Butler. Well, what happened there? Butler, did he seem to get on the brakes a little bit earlier from this angle, and the Boss kind of went out in sympathy, and that's giving Branchy a chance to close that gap right up to him. What's another good camera? Let's have a look here. You can see Static Hazard just behind him. And now we've got to the in-car cam, otherwise known as the Jason Wilkinson hot lap camera. As you can see, he takes a wider line here through turn 1, and didn't make the same mistake that the Boss did, going a little bit wide there on the previous lap. But here we go then. The time is counting down, just 12 minutes left in race 1.
Gee whiz! That was deep under brakes.
Gee whiz, how close was that? I didn't think he was going to pull that up in time, but he managed to just avoid him there, Wilco. But how close was that?
Oh yeah, very close there. So he's got the Boss. Oh, Boss. Oh. Is he safe?
I think.
Oh, he's side by side with Static at the moment. If you go to quickly change to helicopter cam, yes, Static got past him there. So Static around the outside, nice there. And yeah, Branchy on to P3 now, so this is very good for the championship.
Very good indeed. Plenty of action here in this race. We'll keep an eye on the drivers right through the field, although there's a fair way between Kilroy and Mac Miller. We've got a
Binger's around.
Yellow flag, and that is Binger. Was that his teammate going past him there? He was facing the wrong way. That's Albert, but where is Binger? He's got it back onto the... No, he hasn't got it back onto the track yet. So there we have it.
He is now, so...
He's back on.
Oh, and someone else around. Who's that? Oh, Static and Boss have had a moment.
And Static and Boss have had a moment as well. So it's that's going to let Good Vibes and Matterford through. No way, says Static Hazard. You're not getting through here. And this is incredible stuff because, wow, there's action everywhere. Is it just a lack of grip out there? What do we got? Track temperature 24 degrees. No, it's a bit cloudy, no rain to speak of. Is it the track conditions, Wilco? What's going on with these guys out there tonight?
Yeah, I think they've all done a lot of practice. So Matterford, nice, and it looking like he's going outside. They've all had an extra week of practice, so maybe they're just fighting absolutely, yeah, hammer and tong here, trying to get as much position as they can. But yeah, I think I'll go back on the replay and just have a little look. But I'm pretty sure it was what you would see. Oh, as Aussie Thunder gets up the inside of Albert, as Albert makes a little mistake. But I'm pretty sure you're going to see, oh, Albert! Oh!
And Albert has gone into the gravel trap. Universal Boss halfway through the race, half still to go here at Donington. And boy, who hasn't been involved in some sort of incident, Wilco? That is the question. Albert, Thunder, everybody. Brian out the front by 4.4 seconds now. So he's sitting pretty. I forget where he started. Was he fourth or something? Fourth?
Yeah,
something like that.
Yeah.
So he wasn't close to the front, but given everything that's happened in the meantime, in Voodoo, Binger now in the pits. That could be him done for the day. It's saying he's 2 laps down already. Rick Oztech with a fair amount of damage to the back of that Ferrari. Somebody else has made a move, and look at this battle. Matterford, Boss, Vibes, Albert, and Mac and Cheeseballs all within a few tenths of each other here, Wilco. It's going to get worse before it gets better, because look how close they are at the moment with 9 minutes to go. And boy, battles everywhere just for the final points-paying positions. Points down to 8th, of course, tonight.
Yeah, so I just went on board then and just had a look. Yeah, Boss just went way too deep into the last corner, and I think it might have been just a lack of reflexes, or just tried to pull it up, but he just went right up the arse of Static there. So unfortunately that put Static into a spin. Boss did wait for him and gave the position back, but unfortunately the damage was already done then. So bit of an incident there, but they still race on.
There we go, the race races on. And there we have it, Branchy sitting pretty in 3rd. Static 3 seconds behind him. He's got Thunder right behind him for good measure. Then it is the Boss now down in 6th. Good Vibes, 7th. Matterford, Albert. Let's have a look at Albert into the chicane. Can he get a move done? It's awfully close. It's very fair. Leaving a car's width there. Albert gets through, I think. I think he does. Or no, Matterford. No, he's getting... I thought he was down the inside there. But Good Vibes just obscuring the view, because Albert is up to 9th, and now he can set off with Good Vibes in front of him to try and see if he can sneak a point here tonight, which he probably wasn't expecting from the back, as the Spaniard now, Prince Albert. I don't know whether we can call him Prince Albert anymore. I'm not sure why. It's probably some pedophile or something. I'm too scared to look it up on Google. But anyway, he's up into 8th, so he does have a point now. At least on my timing screens, he does. But who is going to catch Isuzu Brian out there in the lead? 4.2 seconds back to Butler. Nobody's going to get Butler, or maybe Branchy. 1.7. Something is happening, Wilco.
Yeah, the boss and Good Vibes had a little moment, and Albert and Matterford had a little moment there. So, yeah, quite an intense race here at the moment with all these boys going.
Very intense, from 6th down to 10th, really, with Mac Miller in the action. Mac and Cheese had a good race tonight, no incidents. As we can see some tyre marks there. That must have been, I think that was where Binger went off, but I could be wrong. But the boss now, and that is a passing opportunity there, but nobody. Oh, forget about that, Albert. Is that Albert up the inside again, or is he got that move done?
Matterford was trying the outside, so these two have a nice battle. Of course, with Albert being P8, him and Matterford are not going to score points tonight because they're tier 1 drivers. So that means Mac is actually in P8 at the moment. So we'll fix it up after, but at the moment Mac hold on for 1 point, which is good.
There we have it. So 9 laps completed here in this race. As someone's dropped off the timing screens there. We'll find out who that is a little bit later on.
Rick Oztech and John.
And Rick and John. And John has decided, you know what, it's time to get the dogs and have a beer. So there we have it. John has called it quits. We might see him back for race 2. We might not. Let's hope we do, because it is Brian now. Brian up in P1. 3.5 back to Butler. Branchy, no pit stops in the shorter sprint races, of course. Just 20 minutes of pure racing action. I'd like to think that these sprint races are very, very exciting, and they certainly have been tonight. These boys, like we said, they've had a week's extra practice, but still, they're just trying to send it, aren't they? And they're just going in too hard. And we've seen a lot of incidents out there tonight. Static, and he's sort of the first of this train, really, isn't he? Aussie Thunder behind him. Then it's the boss. Good Vibes, and there's some more action at the hairpin. Who's that? Good Vibes, I think. Or is
Albert.
Albert has got ahead of Good Vibes, but for how long? Through the final corner, Albert leaves space. Has he left too much space here, Wilco? Because Good Vibes is right alongside him. And it's going to be a drag race down into turn 1. Don't forget about Matterford just behind them as well. Is Good Vibes going to win? And it's a bit of a... We need to go to the wide camera shot there. No, Albert's got ahead of him. So Albert holds that position, and we'll get those points fixed up a little bit later on. But Albert now through, ahead of Good Vibes in Matterford. And he can see in the next 4 minutes or so, it's going to be a bit of a challenge. But can he chase down Boss? That is the next question for Albert. And you can see him there, but Matterford now all over the back of Good Vibes. This is the closest battle on the track, Wilco. Are we going to see Matterford, which is going to be, what, for the final point? Oh, no, in fact, once we get rid of Albert, I think we've got the final point for Mac. It's very, very close. And that Bentley, we've got a few of them in the field tonight, but that Bentley, a very wide car at the moment, Wilco, for Good Vibes.
Yes, and Matterford's just taking extra care, make sure he doesn't take out Good Vibes, so... Both Albert and him have been very, very courteous to the other boys, which is good to see. You can see once Albert's got in front, the pace he has, him and Matterford, you would expect would be in the top 2 or 3 fastest guys on track at the moment. But yeah, Good Vibes putting up a nice fight. He probably doesn't realise that he's actually in 7th at the moment. But yeah, Matterford just taking it nice and easy. So we'll see if Matterford can clear him. Him and Albert can get back to that nice battle they're having.
There we have
Speaking
it.
of nice battle, yep. GRT and Kilroy have definitely still going for P11. And GRT up the inside.
And that means that he's just overcooked it a little bit, which gives Kilroy the opportunity. It's hard to believe, isn't it? These two fighting over, what's that, 12th position. It's unbelievable, isn't it? GRT with that drive-through penalty. We're not sure what that was for. off the
must have been
start.
must have been out of position off the start.
Yep.
There's anything you can really get a drive through for. So
Could have been...
bit of a shame, but there is still another race to go, of course.
Yep, so one more race. That's the beauty of these sprint rounds. Despite that little start line infringement, my goodness, he's a lot closer this time. GRT, was that Kilroy kicking up some dust? These two right in the championship race. Every point, every race, every point so important. And there's something happening at the front. I'm looking at this. I'm looking at that gap between first and second. It was 4.4 seconds last time I had a look. But now it is down to 2.7. So the new boy only 2.7 behind Brian here with 2 minutes to go. Is that just Brian easing off, or is there something more to this, Wilco?
Yeah, you'd expect Brian just to take it easy, make sure he doesn't get any cut penalties and stuff. As you see, Matterford just had a drive-through. Drive-through for just taking too much in those chicanes, I'm guessing. But he'll just pull into the pits and get out of the way. So that's going to elevate Mac to P9 in the race, but P7 overall. Sorry, P8 overall. But yeah, Butler, he might be pushing. This will be the second last lap now, so he's going to try and put a lot of pressure on Brian. But Brian, as much as he doesn't really like us joking around about the anti-vax stuff, he's just, he knows he's got what in his mind what he wants, whether that's the vaccination or not, or whether that's the win or not. We'll see what's going to happen in the next 2 minutes.
Well, he doesn't need to worry about his COVID-19 vaccine at the moment, because I think he's got a few bigger issues here, because Butler is he's had a scruffy lap, hasn't he? He's had a scruffy few corners, Brian, and that has given Butler a chance to close up. It's just over 2 seconds now. The battle for the lead. They're definitely going to get one more lap in here, aren't they? So just under a minute to go, coming up to the last couple of corners now. And boy, not that I'm a betting man, but if I was putting on a 15-leg multi at the moment, Wilco, I'm not sure whether Brian would have my vote. And look at Branchy. Is that Branchy down in there in third? He's also very close as we come into the last lap here.
Yeah, so all it takes is one little moment here. Old school track, you are in the fence. You're just going to go on that grass, you're just going to slide and slide and slide. So here we go. Let's see if Branchy can catch up and see if Brian can absorb the pressure and see if Butler can catch up to Brian here.
So there we have it. Last lap of this race here at Donington Park. Beautiful Donington Park in the UK. British GT Championship Season 3 of KRL. Like we said, take two for Tier 2 this week. It's 1.5 seconds now. So are we counting down? Here we go. 3, 2, 1, 0. And it's Brian now. That lead was, the gap was 4 seconds. Now it's down to 1.5. Half a lap to go in this one. I know there's some other battles happening down the field, Wilco, but we're going to stick with this one because this is the one that everyone wants to see. 13 laps. 13 and a half laps, in fact. Brian has P1 at the moment. Can he keep it there? It's 1.4 seconds. It's a nail-biting finish here. We'll go down just the hairpin.
1 second now.
1 second. Is he going to have a lunge? No, he's a bit too far back there, Butler, but around the hairpin for the final time. I think he's going to do it. He's going to do it here, Brian. Is going to win race 1. He's just got one more corner to negotiate here. Butler is a little bit too close for comfort, but the checkered flag is out. Brian covers him off. And the leader has finished the race. Thank you for that, race control. Brian takes race 1 here tonight for round 3 of Tier 2. Butler in second for Mercedes. Branchy third, Static in fourth, Aussie Thunder in fifth. The boss claiming 6th position. Prince Albert slowing up. There is he. Might be letting good vibes
just
through. Yep.
Back through.
And he's down in 8th. Mac is in 9th, I think, but that'll go to 8th as he knocks off a couple of the signs there. GRT, and that battle still for Kilroy. Well, he's won the battle with Kilroy. And Matterford, of course, having that drive-through penalty, so that sees him down in 12th. We lost Rick. We lost Binger. John's having a beer. And Voodoo, the Nigerian prince, just casting his spells into his crystal ball. Down there in 16th. He must be off checking on that chicken. But there we have it. So race 1 is done and dusted. It is Isuzu Brian ahead of Butler, Branchy, Static in 4th. Aussie Thunder in 5th. Boss in 6th. Good Vibes 7th. And Albert in 8th. But I'm guessing, Wilco, that means that Mac and Cheese will get that final points-paying position here for race 1.
Yes, he will. So it's a good job by Mac. What did he say? He's top 16 in out of 16 in quali, so he's done well so far. So yes, we'll see what happens in race 2. So we might go to a commercial break and we'll be back in about 2 minutes' time for qualifying.
There we have it. That is race 1 done and dusted here. We are going for a short commercial break, ladies and gentlemen, but stick around for qualifying 2 here for KRL round 3 of Tier 2 for the British GT Championship. Stay with us. We'll be back right after this.
Welcome to the Kid Buyers YouTube channel, home of motorsport. More than a race.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Great to have your company here. It is qualifying 2, and you can see a little bit later in the evening here at Donington. It was cloudy for race 1, and we can see the sunshine creeping through here for qualifying 2. Let's hope it stays that way for the race as we take a look at Branchy on our screens now, as we see not a lot of time here in these qualifying sessions, these very, very short qualifying sessions. As we take a look, if you're just joining us, hello to you. Let us know in the comments if you've had any earthquakes where you are. Just a 6-pointer here in Victoria today, if you don't mind. I was very close. When I say very close, I reckon 40 odd kilometres from the epicenter of the earthquake. But I am safe and well. But the championship, there we have it, GRT and Kilroy. Very tough race in race 1 here tonight. So Branchy will sort out all these points a little bit later on after tonight. But Branchy doing very nicely there, up there in 3rd, like we said, with GRT and Kilroy having a bad race number 1. And then it's Aussie Thunder 4th, Matterford 5th, 6th for Good Vibes, and Static 7th, and Mac, who I believe got a point in race 1, he's down there in 8th, and then Butler, the new boy, doing very nicely to take P2. So he'll be jumping up those championship standings. Race calendar tonight coming to you from Donington, albeit a week late for Tier 2. And then Circuit de Spa for round 4 of this championship. But back to the important stuff, which of course is qualifying here tonight. And every driver is out on the track except the boss, Prince Albert, Manafort, and Voodoo, the Nigerian prince. And let us know, Voodoo, what did you reckon of race 1, Voodoo? There was action all over the place. No doubt we're going to see more of that in race 2.
Yeah, absolutely. It was definitely a good race for Brian. Definitely putting himself further up in the championship boards. Very unfortunate from Kilroy and GRT that were P1 and P2. I think Brian might have wiggled himself up into P2. See how the race 2 results go. If he gets another good finish here tonight, that could push him into first place, but I think we'll be biting nails for the remainder of this race 2.
Yep, no doubt about that, of course, as GRT, he's set the high watermark earlier, 28.8, and that is 0.6 of a second quicker than Kilroy. So these two boys who were fighting for the minor placings in race 1 now are 1 and 2 in qualifying 2. Good vibes there in 3rd. Butler in 4th. As somebody else, Mac, going up there in 4th now, 1.4 off of provisional pole position. And I think we got Butler, no, I beg your pardon, Brian on a hot lap. And look how quick they go through that chicane. And this circuit, very famous, one of many famous British circuits included in the British GT DLC pack on this game. And you can see there, Brian coming around the final corner now. Just 2 minutes and 20 seconds remaining in this session. So I'm sure with, well, everyone's out on track. Hopefully we can see everyone get a time here, Wilco. As Brian comes back now. And look how close it is at the top. Only 2/10 in it, but look at the gap. And Branchy. Wowee, 128.6. He goes to the top of the timing sheets. And you can see they're taking...
GRT again.
GRT, what can he do?
No, he couldn't improve.
No, could not improve. And you can see the drivers. You've done a few more laps on this circuit than I have, Wilco, but the drivers seem to be taking a wider line into turn 1, using a little bit of that pit lane exit there. Is that to get a better run through turn 1?
Yeah, so turn 1 tightens up on the exit, so what you need to do is just try and maximise the corner entry and then slow it down and try and hit like a late apex, and then you're going to get your drive. If you can get on the throttle as early as you can, you're going to carry all that speed all the way through these S's here down to the bottom of the hill. So the main thing is, opening up turn 1 by going in the pit lane exit, which is fine. It's all, it's not a track limit warning. You then can just brake that little bit deeper and just sort of get the car turned in a bit earlier, and then let it sort of drift out for a little bit, and then it's really tight in, like last second hit the inside curb. And then get on the power nice and early. So we might jump aboard maybe with GRT, and we'll see what he can do as he goes into the last thing. We'll see, his line, and see what I'm talking about by just opening up the corner and trying to really late apex it out here.
And let's have a look at that. If we can go on board, helmet cam, if you don't mind, we'll jump on board GRT. Where is he sitting? As I try and talk over that beautiful
P3 at the moment.
Mercedes engine.
8 tenths up, so this could be into a 27 here, or we just dropped it. It's going to be in 28.1. There it is. So that's the fastest lap we've had. 28.4 was what he did. Pole position, he's going to pull the pits now, isn't he? Yeah, so that's going to make a mockery of ours. Maybe we'll quickly jump in on board with, who we got? Car 33, Binger, I think it is. Is Binger? Where is he? No, not Binger.
And Binger's in the pit lane. Not Branchy.
Car 22. Let's go car 22. So Aussie Thunder. So here we go. So Aussie Thunder hopefully is going to give us a nice, or he's just going to miss out on the last lap.
Oh, and there it is.
Coming over the line.
And I'm just trying, you can see that wider line we were talking about, but who else?
Alright, who we got? We got car 720. Static. Yes.
Here we go, riding on board way ahead of you, Wilco. Static now down to first gear. through the final corner, hits the apex. We've got a double yellow flag out for something, but that's not going to worry Static as he goes up to 4th. And
Vibes, next one.
who have we got?
Vibes, he's just going through the chicane now. Car 86, Brian.
Brian.
He's on invalid lap, so he's in an invalid lap. He'll probably be pulling the bits now. But yeah, so good vibes, next car. Going up to the second last corner now.
So here we go, good vibes in the 64 Bentley down to first gear. Very early apex there, a little bit of a moment on the way out, but nothing doing, no harm done. Up to 4th now, no, I beg your pardon, only up to 3rd, down to 1st. Trying to limit a bit of that slip, he just overcorrects it slightly, but out of the final corner, across the line. 7th at the moment, can he go better? No.
Butler.
And Butler
And Boss.
Butler and the Boss.
Last 2.
Here we
Kilroy
go.
as well.
Here we go. Butler, no, can't improve. Can Kilroy improve?
No.
No.
He cannot.
Well, there you have it. So
That's
that
it.
is the end of qualifying. I do apologise.
Boys,
Those,
3 boys not getting a lap in there at the ends.
which is something. Well, it's
John
fairly
and John and Rick has joined back, by the way, too, which is good.
great stuff, and that is fairly significant, isn't it, Wilco, when you think about it? Because, well, for Kilroy, especially down there in 9th with his championship rival up there on pole position for race 2.
Yeah, so again, we'll see what can happen. So if I just go back through the list of qualifying, you had, so race 1 was Brian, Butler and Branchy, where they qualified. Brian was 3rd, Butler was 2nd, and Branchy was 5th, so he's had the biggest move. Who we got? Boss, he went from 3rd down to 6th. Aussie Thunder went from 6th to 5th. So yeah, so it looks like Branchy was the biggest mover in that first race, going from 5th to 3rd. So yeah, let's have a look at race 2. Let's see what's going to happen. It's going to be interesting. Definitely intense race in the last one. John and Rick haven't joined back. My apologies, but yeah, we'll interested to see how this race goes.
All right, there we have it. Race 2 coming your way very shortly in a couple of minutes' time. You know the drill. We're off for a commercial break. We'll be back with race number 2 right after this. Don't go anywhere.
Welcome to the Kid Buyers YouTube channel, the home of motorsport.
the show. Oh, I can't even speak.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Here we are at Donington for race number 2. And boy, oh boy, this championship is heating up. GRT back where he thinks he should have been in race 1. Let's hope he doesn't get that drive-through penalty, of course. Wilco, his teammate down there in 6th. And Butler, who's doing pretty well for a new boy. But we are ready to go racing. Another 20 minutes of action here tonight, or should we? Well, I think we called it carnage in race 1, but we'll wait and see what happens. Here we go then. Drivers have just got to stay to the left, stay to the right to follow the start procedure. We don't want any start line infringements like we saw with GRT in race 1. They all got away cleanly in race 1. It was after the start where things got interesting. But here we go then. The Universal Boss will get us underway here. Donington, it's a little bit later in the evening, slightly cooler track temperature. We are ready. Are you ready? Let's go. Let's do this.
Green light, green light.
Green light, go, go, go. And that looks to me as if Butler's snuck into the lead. Has he? Yes, he has. He's got a nose in front. And
he's run wide.
And he's run wide, so that'll give GRT a chance to get back in front. Something happening at the back.
Oh, who's at the back?
I'm not sure who that is. There's a couple of them down there.
Pathetic.
Hazard. He's a hazard, all right. Down there, he's
Oh,
spun.
that's carnage. There's carnage.
And this is not good. Yellow flags out everywhere. Matterford's off as well. So absolute carnage. We said carnage, and Binger is in front on my screen. But he's in the gravel trap. What on earth is going on? We don't have a safety car tonight, but we bloody well should have, Wilco. Absolute scenes here right now.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there. That was, yeah, just full on. So I'll jump back on the replay and we'll have a look, or maybe Voodoo can jump on the replay and have a look, and we'll see what's going on. But yeah, carnage everywhere.
Let's have a look then. Butler getting very close to GRT. He took the lead going into turn 1, and as you heard Wilco say, he ran wide. That gave GRT an opportunity, but Butler down the inside for the race lead, slightly wide.
Oh, Branchy as well, he's there.
And
oh, here we go.
Branchy is there, and it's on for young and old here at the moment. So it is Butler in the lead at the moment. Now GRT comes back at him. So Mercedes, I've hit the microphone. That's how much it's getting to me. But it's Mercedes 1-2, Bentley 3-4. And look at this, GRT, Branchy. Wow.
Oh, jeez. Is this touring car racing or GT3? This insane.
Is absolutely insane here at the moment, and we're only into or through lap 1, so Butler leads the new boy up there from GRT and Branchy. And GRT, you could bet your bottom dollar he'll be looking for all the points he can get after that drive-through penalty in race 1. I don't know where to look at the moment. Look at this! Side by side through the S's. And this is not going to end well, but still very close at the moment. What racing we're seeing. Look at this.
Back to the front, back to the front.
Back to the front. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Not covered by much. 5 people into it, even the teammates as well. The 2 Bentleys, Branchy and Brian. My goodness me, we thought we saw carnage in race 1, but look at this for close action in race 2.
GRT's around.
GRT is around, is he? He's gone off the screen. And I think Butler might have given him a tap there, so those two...
He was already sideways on my screen, so he's doing the pirouettes again. That's not good.
And like Kylie Minogue in those golden shorts back in the day, he's struggling, he's spinning around. Spin, spin, spin! And GRT, well, it's been a terrible week, hasn't it, for his championship chances this week, Wilco. And you said he was already on the way around there, so Butler having nothing to do with that one. But where is he now? Down to 5th. Unbelievable. Is it lower track temperatures or what is going on here? I'm not too sure, but 16 minutes remaining, lap 2 of this race. And guess what?
Yep.
Kilroy and GRT, and we've got some news from Voodoo, Nigerian Prince. Take us away.
Yeah, so lap 1, as they were descending the hill here, who was it? I know,
Static.
Good Vibes and, yeah, so Static accidentally grabbed the back of, I think it was Brian, kind of pulled it out. Madford and...
Madford's gone off too, jeez, that was nuts.
Yeah, Madford and Good Vibes basically reacted to what was happening in front of him, tapped the brake, it unsettled the rear of the car and unfortunately sent him out.
Unbelievable. Wow, this is action everywhere you look here, but it is Butler leading 1.6 seconds ahead of this battle, which there is nothing between these three. The battle for P2 is hot, hot, hot. And Branchy, Brian and Thunder, if you don't mind, 6 seconds further back to Mac Miller. Liked this guy's work. Picked up a point in race one. He's been pretty handy, hasn't he, Mac Miller? He's shown some pace. Good vibes in sixth. Static with Matterford right up behind him. Prince Albert. Or Vamo. I'm not sure what that means, but it's something good.
Vamos!
Vamos, Carlos! Vamos! What did we just do? Oh, no, that was Pierre. But Albert, there we have it, getting them mixed up at the moment. And there we have it, Albert, good vibes. And look at this, GRT and Kilroy. It's like it's meant to be. They're both out of the points again for race two, Wilco.
Yeah, so I'm going to say Branchy's going to be the championship leader at this stage. So with Brian not too far behind. So we'll get that all sorted out after. But yeah, it's definitely on at the moment.
There we have it. You better be very careful about what you say, Brian. It's a Fast and Furious joke. Good to see Vin Diesel at the Italian Grand Prix as Isuzu Brian there as the sun begins to set here at Donington Park. No sign of any rain clouds. Like we said, track temperature slightly cooler for race number 2 tonight. 19 degrees, air temperature as well. No real wind. It's a bit like the pitch report from Tony Gregg all those years ago. But Brian is in third. The keys. And you can see if I jump up and down pretty hard.
Hard and fast.
The keys have bloody disappeared. But get that pigeon off my bloody desk. Great stuff. Brian in third. Branchy in second. And Thunder just behind them. But Butler now has a bit of breathing space at the front. 2.4 seconds ahead. Last to first, says Matterford in the comments before race number 2. He's up in P9, and the way things are going, you never know what's possible. He's wondering whether he can do a last to first here. Just shrugging the shoulders there, hopefully. Let's wait and see. But lap 4 of this race, get your comments in because we are looking for your votes for driver of the day. And that currently...
Butler's got my tick so far, so we'll see what he can do last 30 minutes of the race. If he can hold on for a podium finish, then I reckon he's obviously driver of the day, unless Brian can up and get the win at the moment. But yeah, Butler's doing quite well.
Very close. The field's starting to spread out, but I say that, and Static Hazard is right up behind. Look at this for a battle. Good vibes. Static and Matterford. So close. Somebody kicked up some dust there, running wide. It could have been good vibes. I'm not too sure, but this is for the final point of course here tonight, sprint round style. Points only down to 8th position, and these races go so quickly here. The sprint rounds, Matterford and Static side by side. How's this one going to end, Wilco? Let's have a look.
Matterford down the inside, that's how it's going to end, as he's going to get the drive. But I'll tell you what, Static is doing a nice job. Matterford giving him a lot of room there on the inside. He could have gave him a little bit of argy-bargy there, Trevor, but he didn't, as Matterford fires on the inside. Static down the inside. Matterford says thank you, crisscross adieu, see you later.
See you later. And there we have it, Albert, Mac, good vibes, Matterford and Static, nothing separating them at the moment. And is he going to go for the Daniel Kvyat style torpedo? We didn't crash. No, you didn't. Yes, back in China in 2016, it cost him his seat, didn't it? We are heading back to Russia this weekend, but Static and Matterford very close. GRT not too far behind them. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Static is wide off the track. And Static has run wide, has he? No, that's going to give GRT a chance to have a crack. And he is through, Wilco, and up into P9.
He is, so that's effectively P7 too, because Albert in P5, Matterford in P8, so I know that's a bit confusing for the viewers and Trev and me, so we'll have to get voodoo on the points after that. But yeah, Brian sitting behind Branchy. Aussie Thunder doing quite a nice job sitting there in P4, but Albert's probably the danger for them. He's only 5 seconds behind, so he's got clear air now, so he's going to push hard. I'm sure he's going to get in front of Aussie Thunder quite easily here, as Aussie's a very clean driver, doesn't want to get involved in anything. So we'll see Albert just fully send it, man. And yeah, hopefully he can battle with the boys at the front.
And
Yeah,
what? Yep.
Sorry, I was just going to jump in and add, as it stands, if Brian finishes P3, he'll have a 16-point lead.
Oh, jeez.
So that is a huge swing of points there, isn't it? So it's very critical. GRT just hasn't had the luck on his side, has he, tonight, Wilco? He's had that penalty in race 1 and then an incident in race 2. We've got yellow flags out again. Somebody's off, I reckon. Is it
Binger, I think?
Matterford?
Yeah, it's Binger.
Binger, yep. So we might see him. He's off the track and he's not moving, is he? No. Is he going to get going again? I think he's just waiting for a safe moment to enter the track. Oh no, he's
who's that? Oh no, GRT and Static have had a coming together.
And GRT, just as we said that we didn't crash, they have they? Yes, Static and GRT have come together. Binger.
Oh, Butler and Branchy are close together. Butler's made a mistake.
And Butler's made a mistake, and now Branchy all over him, look. And he's going through!
Englishman.
Oh! Reminiscent of that famous opening lap. And Branchy, no, you know what? Branchy says, no way, you're not getting through there, son. But that's going to give Branchy and Brian a chance. Thunder not too far behind. But I was about to say that hairpin reminds me of that famous move, Senna and Prost, of course, for the lead many, many years ago in the rain. But Butler, Branchy and Brian, not the first time we've seen the three Bs in 1, 2...
Oh, Butler, no!
Butler is off the track. And he's not coming back anytime soon. There goes Albert, and he's coming on. Is that... Well, that wasn't...
that's okay. He got on and got out the way, so... It was looking a bit sketchy at first, but yeah, no, it's all good.
And, well, that gap, that points gap, something going to get...
Oh, Matterford! Oh, he's got him!
And Matterford, where do we look? There is action all over the place. Butler is off, Matterford is off as well.
Yeah, Matterford. Oh, get off the apex, please. Oh, yeah. So a bit of carnage in this race. There might be a few penalties. Post race.
What a strange day we've had. A day where Victorians literally felt the earth move under their feet. But look at this battle for... wow. Look, don't go anywhere. 8 minutes to go. First and second. No team orders here, I'm guessing. Or no team orders. I reckon they're going to let them race the championship. Somebody running wide there. Was that Thunder? No, I beg your pardon. I think they just take... it looks... on the camera like they're running wide there, Wilco, but I think it's just a different line, isn't it, through that hairpin there?
Yeah, it might be just the camera angle, yeah.
So, Thunder in third, don't go anywhere, just 1 point something seconds separating the top three. And don't forget about Albert, who's kind of in this race, Jason, but he's not as well, if you know what I mean. But we're going to adjust those points for you. There we go, there he goes, the Prince of Spain, or the King of Spain. Or is that Fernando? There we have it.
Nah,
so
that's Albert.
That's Albert. What about Jason? Getting a little bit disrespectful in the chat the other day. We have to get rid of that 53-year-old Fernando.
65-year-old.
Well, there we have it. It's good to have someone racing that's older than me. Good vibes in 6th. Matterford 7th. Boy, he has been in the wars, as you see. Kilroy and GRT. These two have been at it all night, and finally they're in the points. Kilroy in 8th, which of course will be a couple of points, I think. So they're both in the points here, Wilco.
Yeah, so that's gonna jump off poor Voodoo with the old controller delete. Fucking delete that. Put him back in 3rd, back in 7th, back in 8th, wherever he is. So we'll have to let him do that after the race and get it all sorted. But yeah, so these boys are really 6th and 7th at the moment because they're Matterford or Albert aren't going to be scoring any points, so hopefully Albert won't attack Aussie Thunder, so Aussie Thunder can get his first podium for KRL as Matterford just makes a mistake there and spins, and he's still spinning around and around and around. But yeah, so Aussie Thunder on for a podium at the moment, which is quite impressive by the young chap from New South Wales.
There we have it. So I think that was Binger there, getting offline there. at the hairpin. Dazzler, Big Dazzler says go Aussie, who's currently 2.4 seconds off the lead. I know I should be sticking with that battle down there between GRT and Kilroy for the minor points paying positions, but Brian has a little bit of damage on the side of that Bentley, but this is so close. And Branchy, he'll be earning every cent that his team's going to give him tonight, because on lap 9 of this race, he has got his teammate right up behind him. Currently half a second. It looks less than that, doesn't it? But Thunder, your man Dazzler right up there as well. Albert in fourth place, I beg your pardon. And he's doing very nicely. Mac, we haven't mentioned this guy too much. He got a points finish just in race 1. His pace has been improving, hasn't it, Wilco, so far this round and in recent weeks, so he's doing pretty nicely. On for a few points there in 5th. Good Vibes 6th. And look at this, the start of this battle, 7th, 8th and 9th. I beg your pardon, no, it is Kilroy and GRT. Static, is it, who's awfully close to them in 9th. Butler's disappeared off the face of the earth. No, he's down there with Manafort, who's also had plenty of excursions. Less than 5 minutes remaining. Get your votes in. Who do you think will win this race? And who is your driver of the day? Let us know in the comments. My Bingaling is down there in 3rd, the boss. And who won the last race? Says Dazzler. Was it who won was it Butler? No.
It was Brian.
Brian, I beg your pardon. Yes. One of the 3 Bs. The boss is in the pits. Not sure what's happening there, but he's 8 laps off the pace. But this is where it's at the moment. And there you have it, Brian winning race 1, Dazzler. But just a tick over 4 minutes remaining. We will get the drivers into the post-race driver interviews. My goodness, where can he get past? It's nerve-wracking just watching them, Wilco, isn't it? But I'm sure for Branchy it would be even worse than it'd be even worse for Branchy. As yep, Brian, driver of the day at the moment. Hard to argue with that. No issues there, Dazzler, but Brian is very close to him. They've got to play it smart here, don't they, Wilco, and not do anything silly.
Yeah, pretty much. So I'm sure Albert is a nice bloke and races Aussie Thunder on Sunday nights as well for RPR. Aussie actually got his first podium last week for RPR as well, so he's definitely in the sweet spot of driving at the moment. I'm sure Albert's going to let him just sit there let Aussie sit there in 3rd, but of course if Branchy and Brian have a little mistake, I'm sure Albert's eyes are going to light up and say, oh, hang on, I can actually win this race. It's not going to mean anything, but it's just going to impress Trev and myself. So of course, if we see Albert win races, we get excited, Trev.
We certainly do. And Binger, what's going on there with Binger?
I'm not sure what he's doing, if I'm honest.
He's just sort of creating his own way
Track.
In life, isn't he, there off into the distance. He's playing a bit of dirt or something there, I'm not sure, but well, yeah, that's very strange. Anyway, lap 11 of this race, and Brendan Hassler, who is that any relation to Daniel Hassler? I'm sure it is.
Put money on it.
I'm going to put money on it. It's part of your multi. Big Gorney to kick the first goal of the grand final on whatever day. What's that, Saturday? But
Saturday night.
Really.
It could be a bit dangerous there, Trev. It's Saturday night, about 7 o'clock start, I think it was 6 o'clock start. There could be a lot of beers and beverages being consumed by then, so I might not even remember my multi.
And he's a brother. There we have it. So the mystery's solved. And mark my words, Wilco, you heard it here first. Melbourne, only the one game in 28 days. You can do all the match sim you want, but I reckon the Bulldogs are going to come out flying and are going to be hard to beat. But anyway, Branchy in first, Brian in second, and there is nothing in it at the moment. And there we have it, Branchy and Brian, very close indeed. I reckon this might be the penultimate lap of the race.
2 to go.
2 to go. 1 after this lap, which is the penultimate lap, of course. Thunder in second, but now he's got Vamos. You can see there Prince Albert right up behind him in the Sky Hamilton livery there. You can see how close it is, only 2 tenths between them. And where
the Sky Hamilton livery, I just clicked.
he's well, they love.
Who's driving it? Is it fucking Brundle, or is it Herbert, or is it fucking Hill? Which one of them? They're all Hamilton lovers.
They love it. They love it. It's never Lewis's fault, is it? It's always
No.
it's always Max's fault. There we have it. But so Albert in 4th place, and could be a demo run for Sky Sports. We're not sure, but Mac up in 5th place, all out on his own. He's 11 seconds behind Albert. As we tick down, less than a minute to go. Good Vibes 4 seconds behind him. GRT Oi, and you can see there in 7th place. He's got a bit of a gap, hasn't he, to Kilroy there? So Wilco, the driver of the day. Oh, that sounds so much like Chris Gale. I know a lot of the other boys don't like me saying that, but happy birthday to Chris Gale, of course. The other day, 42 and still going strong, still smashing it. And playing cricket as well. But lap 13, here we go then, because this is the last lap of the race. Wilco, who is your money on? I know Brian's your driver of the day, but can Brian get a move done here and get the win tonight?
No, I think Branchy's going to take this last lap out nice and easily here.
There we have it. So if Brian can get past him here, it's going to be 2 from 2, isn't it? But Big Dazzler says driver of the day is Aussie. Had a feeling you might say that, Dazzler, but your man doing very nicely indeed. Stick around for the podium interviews. 3, 2, 1, 0. That is it. And I reckon if he's going to make a move here, Brian, it's going to have to be. Well, he's not going to get it done through the chicane, but my goodness, he's got a good run on him here, and he's got 2 more corners. He's got 2 more corners. Surely he's not going to just fully send it down the inside, because that'll give Thunder and Albert a look, won't it? But here we go, coming up to the final corner. I reckon he's home here, Wilco. Branchy around the final corner. It's the perfect result for this team. Remind me of their name, Wilco, because it's been a fantastic performance here from Branchy. He crosses the line to win here at Donington. Brian, his teammate, in 2nd. Aussie Thunder in 4th. Prince Albert, who has once again pulled over
waiting,
to the side of the track to let Mac Miller through. Oh, he's such a nice guy. Really, I mean,
He's the best.
he's the best. It's good to know that you weren't thinking about yourself, of course, Albert. As Mac running a bit of a car park.
Very un-Sky-like, isn't it?
It's it is, isn't it? It is. The Sky Hamilton, of course, they will be out in force in Russia. Not sure what Martin Brundle's done in Russia, but he never seems to commentate in Russia, does he? But that's interesting. We might leave that one.
Have you ever seen Brundle and Vladimir Putin in the same room, Trev? That's the next question.
No, that'd be a good.
Could be the same person.
That'd be an interesting story as well, wouldn't it? But Matterford has geez, it's all happening here. So Voodoo, the Nigerian prince. What did he say? He said that Brian, for my driver of the day, P1 in race 1 and P2 in race 2, also secures the championship lead. The perfect sprint round for him tonight. And we've established, thank you Voodoo, it is Branchy taking the win. We established that it's some sort of pork and plum marinade on that chicken, I think. Might not be the teriyaki, but I'm getting a little bit hungry there. But there is Albert into the pit lane along with Matterford. Branchy taking the win. Brian in 2nd. As we wait for the camera to catch up. Thunder in 3rd. Mac Miller in 4th. Good drive from Mac. Vibesy in 5th. Sorry, yep, my screen's just playing up here. GRT 6th. Stanek in 7th. Kilroy in 8th. Matterford in 9th. Butler was up the sharp end, up the pointy end, but had a few incidents. Albert down to 11th. What a man, what a mighty good man he is. And down there in 11th. Being at 12th, albeit 4 laps down, the boss still running. No, he wasn't running at the end. In the pit lane in 13th. And we lost Rick and John, who wanted a beer as Aussie Thunder, our man from P3, joins us. We might wait for the...
looking like our driver of the day too.
So just having a look at just getting these votes together. Keep them coming in whilst we wait for all of our drivers to join us in the post-race room. I think we've got them all here. We might start with you, Branchy. Can you hear us there?
Hello.
Great to have you with us, mate. To talk us through your night tonight, mate. You got the win there in race number 2. Are you happy with your overall night?
Yeah, that's my first ever league win. I'm very happy with that.
Congratulations.
Thanks, mate.
Claps all around.
Yeah, I just following them, and I got lucky. They both went off, so that was quite handy. And then Brian wasn't. He said he just stayed behind me, so that was cool. So I didn't have to work
Don't
too
believe
hard for
anything
that one.
Brian says, mate. He was pushing up for that win. No, well done.
Yeah.
Good stuff. So P3 in race 1 as well. So
Yeah,
nice bunch of points. So you guys actually
Yeah.
definitely 1 and 2 in the championship now. We're getting Voodoo on the points at the moment, but yeah, not a bad
it was a
not a
good
bad night.
Yeah,
Great stuff.
yeah, very happy with that.
Great stuff. Englishman in the Bentley getting the job done at Donington. Very good indeed. Thank you for that,
Bob
Branchy.
Hoskins will be proud.
Cheers.
Good stuff, mate. Congratulations. And Voodoo is getting those points sorted out. We'll get to him in a moment. Leave that teriyaki chicken to rest for a couple of minutes as Brian is joining us in P2. Brian, another good night for you tonight, mate. Couldn't quite get the clean sweep, but you're happy with your results here tonight?
Hang on. Just getting reports in.
Your call is important to us.
He's just getting the COVID vaccine now, so
there
we'll have
we
to come
go.
back to him. His side effect could be he's gone mute.
There we go. There we
Brian,
go.
you're there, mate.
Oh, you there? Yeah.
There we go. There he is.
Great. No,
Talk us through your night, mate.
Yeah, race 1. Unlucky for GRT, get a drive through. That unset Butler, so I just snuck up the inside and drove away with that one. Race 2, yeah, pretty much the same thing, just waited for everyone to peel off and then followed Branchy around for the 1-2. Couldn't be happier.
Good stuff, mate.
Maximum points.
Yep, maximum points for your team and also yourself. We're going to update those points, mate, but I think there's a pretty fair chance you'll be leading that championship, mate. So congratulations on your performance tonight.
Thank you very much. Yeah, P1A.
Great stuff. Okay, so now to our driver of the day. At least that's what the votes are saying in the chat. Aussie Thunder, mate, you there?
Yeah, mate.
Now, we had your man, Daniel Hassler, and Brendan as well, mate. They were cheering you on. Talk us through your night.
Yeah, the first race I struggled a bit. I couldn't get any traction, and I think I got 6th or 5th or something. And that race there, the tyres come good in that one, so I was trying to push Brian there for a few laps, a little stint of that race there, but my tyres started going off, so I had to back off a bit just to give them a bit of a breather. And they just wouldn't come good towards the end there. But Albert was pushing me at the end, and I was doing PBs those last 3 laps. So, yeah. So, no, it was all right. I didn't win the race at all. It was pretty good.
Good stuff, mate. Congratulations, P3 there in race 2.
That is your first podium in KRL, isn't it, Oz?
On the single driving, yeah. I teamed up with Matterford in the endurance ones, and we got P3.
Well, it obviously shows that you're the one that's driving the car and Matterford's just a passenger, mate. So, congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, and thanks for all the votes. If I do get driver of the day, that's
Brendan and Daniel, the brothers, voted for you, and also Jason Quillen, which is also the boss, gave you the vote too. So you got 3 votes at the moment. Do need to tell you that I did vote for Brian for driver of the day for the P1 and P2, but the boys have spoken. So the boys have spoken. So yeah, well done tonight, everyone there. So that was good. We're off to Spa next week for back to a 1-hour race. So that should be quite intense, Trev, for both T1 and T2.
Yes, it certainly will be, as Voodoo, the Nigerian prince, just doing a few donuts in the pit lane. There we have it, but there is our calendar ahead of us. Thank you, great segue there, Wilco. We are off to Spa next week. And what's happening tomorrow night, Wilco? We're a bit out with our week. Nothing. Yes, we'll give you the night off.
Yep.
How does that sound? We'll give you the night off, some ice cream cake, some Jack Daniels, and hopefully earthquake-free tomorrow night. But there we have it. There's the calendar on your screen, but that is almost it. We're almost out of time here, Wilco. It's been great to have you alongside me, mate. Congratulations to our top 3 tonight for the sprint round here. Round 3 of this Tier 2 Championship here at Donington Park, the British GT Championship presented by KRL. It has been great to have your company. Thank you, Wilco, again.
Yes, thank you everyone for watching, and well done to the boys on the podium, and also Butler in race 1 too, who didn't join the chat, but yeah, he got his first podium as well. So yeah, good night all round.
Good night all round. Good night from us. Take care.
Right.
Be kind to one another. Congratulations, boys, on your races tonight. Everyone in the comments, thank you for giving us your time, and it's been a pleasure to bring it to you. Thank you, Voodoo Nigerian Prince. Thank you once again.
It's my pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Great stuff. Always a pleasure, mate. Congratulations. That is it. We are out of time. That's us done and dusted here. There is no stream tomorrow night, of course, but don't forget that we'll be back next week for round 4 of this championship at Spa. Until then, it's goodbye for now. There we go. That's all done.